Hello, Tarotpolitans. I am Maje. I am your Tarotpolitan community host, and today we are going to do a February 2025 forecast. This month is represented by the number 2, the 2 columns. And some people say that this is the beginning of the duality. But actually, this is not about the duality, it's not about antagonist, it's about actually 2 elements that they are different, but they complement each other. So the number 2 is the one and the one other. The number 2 represents in numerology that only with the other we get to know ourselves, and the other person get to know themselves through us. So is this kind of like, you know, you need rationale to complement imagination. You need imagination to complement rationale or rationality. You know, everything that we think in pairs as well. And also in tarot, the number 2 is represented by the high priestess or the popess, depending the tarot that you're looking at. For example, in the tarot that we're looking today, which is the Swiss tarot, is represented by the Roman goddess Juno. And Juno was the wife of Jupiter and the daughter of Saturn. For the Greeks, Juno was Hera, and Hera was the daughter of Rhea and Kronos, time and earth. And Hera was the mother of Zeus, not the wife. Juno is the wife of Jupiter, but Hera was the mother of Zeus. And also it represents Isis and the Egyptian goddess Isis. So February also for tarot interpreters, and the meaning of the high priestess or the popess is also about the divine feminine and anything related to the life of women. Some people say marriage, you know, in mythology was about marriage, procreation, motherhood, but also about their authority and their individuality. And the high priestess also is the muse of the artist. It goes into the conscious and subconscious states of mind. And also the high priestess represents the moon. That's why consciousness and subconsciousness. And let's say the flow or the dance between them. And this is the flow that we normally have when we're creating something, when we are in the creative zone. This kind of like between conscious and subconscious. So this is what represents the high priestess. So now that we have covered the numerology for February and the divine feminine and the tarot card that represents February, we are going to look at the month. One very positive thing that this month have is that Jupiter is direct. I have found with many of my clients, also with myself and my own business, that last year 2024 it was very slow, and many of my clients are complaining about their business and what they're trying to do. And with now with Jupiter direct, this will help the growth and the expansion of business, and also for leadership roles. It will be better from February onwards. Then this month of February we have a full moon in Leo and a new moon in Pisces. And let me also tell you, I'm planning to do a live stream in February for the full moon, which is the Wednesday 12th of February 2025. I will do it in my local time, what is the UK, London time, GMT, in the evening. So if you want to join me and you have any questions, about love and relationship, because the full moon is very close to St. Valentine's, so this St. Valentine's will still have the full moon energy, because it's on the 14th and the full moon is on the 12th, so it's still that period of time that you can see the moon phase. And because of that, if you join me for the live stream, I will answer your questions about love as a single person, or if you are in a relationship and you want to ask about a certain person in romantic ways. So because it's close to Valentine's, I decided to do the heart-shaped reading and romantic relationship readings. If you don't get it to the live, don't worry, will be recorded, and you can access a love reading if you are single, or a relationship if you are with someone or you want to ask about someone in particular. And you also gonna learn how to do these readings at home for yourself. So subscribe to my channel and follow me, because we're gonna do lives, we're gonna do a lot of things at Tarotpolitan. My mantra now is let's make it to 500, because from 500 subscribers I can start dedicating myself a little bit more of creating this content and teaching you about tarot and about many other things that will come along, depending if it's a full moon or if it's anything astrological happening as well. So thank you for subscribing, and let's make it to 500. Now, before going into the reading, let me show you which tarot we are going to use. So we are going to use the Swiss tarot for the crown card. The crown card will represent, as you know, if you have seen my videos before, will represent the whole energy of February. And then for each week, we're gonna use the Thoth tarot. The Thoth tarot is very creative, it's very artistic, because this month is the month of the High Priestess and the Moon. Also in other cultures like China, other places, they celebrate in the new year according to the lunar calendar. So the moon gets also a lot of protagonists in February. And I have also a surprise. I have an oracle to inspire you this February. It's called the Art Oracles by Katia Kailevich and Mikkel Sommer. So this is a very nice oracle that I have brought you to bring messages according to the art produced by famous artists internationally in different times. It's a very interesting tarot that I want you to inspire you this February. So now that I have covered everything that I wanted to say, let's start with the reading. Well, the Two of Swords have fell over, and it says peace. The Two of Swords is when we have some sort of doubts that we need to bring some sort of clarity, or we need to check those thoughts with somebody else. And we have the energy of the two. We have to bring something else, or we have to release something in order to find a balance here and a good decision. This has fallen, but let's carry on. So, and let's start with an opening for February. What the opening says. The opening, we have the Fool. I'm gonna show you the card. We have the Devil, and we have the Prince of Swords. Ooh. So, in the present we have the Fool, and the Fool is the number 0, and the 0 shows the potential of things, to increase, to decrease, higher, lower. The 0 itself is a very creative number and represents that things are about to manifest. Something is about to happen, and also it opens the door for curiosity, for advancement, for having new experiences, for allowing oneself to be happy with simple things as well. So to become to the innocence, and also is about youth. It's about being able to don't care about certain norms or rules or things like that. It's a bit the off-center, the eccentric, and represent the potential of things. Behind the Fool is the devil, the number 15, and the devil here can represent something in the past that has held us back. You know, because it's in the past, we probably are going to leave behind some difficulties that we had happened to be in this past month of January, or even in the last year, 2024, what had happened there that was holding you back. And in the future, we have the Prince of Swords. For Alistair, the Prince represents the Knight, and the Knight represents the King. So here we have actually the Knight of Swords, what is represented as the Prince of Swords. And the Prince of Swords is telling you about new ideas, because we are liberating ourselves from what was holding us back. We can see now the potential for new ideas, for new communication, for new ways of thinking. So the opening for February is quite interesting. It's quite, you know, we're definitely leaving things behind that they are difficult, challenging, but we center into the potential of things, especially in the realms of ideas, of law, or direction, or planning. So this is the opening, and now let's get into the February reading. So the first week of February, we have the High Priestess. We have the High Priestess of Aleister Crowley. For Aleister Crowley, the High Priestess represents the Egyptian Isis. So this is actually a very good card to start February, especially when February got the energy of the number 2 and the High Priestess. So here is inspiration, creative inspiration. Also, it can be reflecting on our shadow, on our dreams, on our subconscious. It's about also conception of ideas, passing of information and history. Also, the ascendant part of the family, like the grandmother line, the mother line. It represents a lot about femininity as well. So the second week, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles here is very positive. So from this creative inspiration in the first week, the second week, we're gonna be able to focus, to create something with our hands, with our skills, with the things that we know better. But thanks to this inspiration, the second week, we're gonna be able to focus on what is really important, to perfection something that we already are working, or we have received a good inspiration to do it. For Aleister Crowley, the Eight of Pentacles represent prudence. In normal tarot, the Eight of Pentacles is your skills, especially material or physical things, the final product of something. So here we could say that thanks to the inspiration of the High Priestess, we can focus on something. We can be more careful about it. And in the third week, we have the High Priest, the Hierophant. And the Hierophant represents the number 5, and represent transitions and change, or represent a messenger, or represent the middle person, into something. Here is looking more for people who are creative or professional, or they have their own business, because they are here is inspiration. Here is able to focus and manifest something, or to see the results of our efforts, or this inspiration. But here we encounter somebody or very important, or we become this person, or we are in a transitional type of period, or we find the perfect person or the perfect mediator to carry on working or carry on producing what we have been inspired before. And in the 4th week, we have adjustment in the number 8. Adjustment represents the justice in the number 8. So 3 of the 4th weeks of February, we have major arcana. So this month seems to have a very strong energy. We have the High Priestess, we have the inspiration that make us focus and see that what we're working on is possible. And then we have someone that it could be an advisor, it could be somebody important, it could be our boss, but it could be ourselves as well. And it could be ourselves as well in a way that we know we can transition, we can change. And them having adjustment or the justice in the number 8 here, it seems to me that by the end of February we have an energy that is very balanced. Here it could be a bit more different, no? Here is more practical, and here is more about the dreams. So we're going back into this duality. But by the end of the month, we have the High Priest with the justice, what is very positive, because it seems like we have the knowledge, or we have the support, or we have that middle person that help us achieve what we have been already inspired by the 1st week. So you're gonna see a development during February. Now let's count the total. So we have 8, we have a double 8 changes, especially financially, for the better. Remember that we have February, we have Jupiter going direct, and we have, so the total is the number 5 again, and we're gonna have Jupiter. Oh my God, and with Jupiter direct. This is a very good omen for February. Look, for the ones who have called me with readings about work, complaining about work and finance and everything, this February you're gonna see things turning around. It could be positive for many people. It could be very, very positive, and we have to focus on growing, on taking leadership roles, because this is about leadership roles. So it seems to be like a very, very, I would say, productive time, very inspirational time. And also here we have the High Priestess and the High Priest, or the High Priestess and the Hierophant. This is also partnership. It's good for partnership, whether in business or whether in relationship, that is gonna bring balance to both of the people involved. Yeah. So, and then also the Hierophant represents Jupiter. So Jupiter becomes very, very strong, and we have a double 5, and a double 5 is opportunities. These opportunities that come from people, or alliances that can be very successful. February sounds very promising to me. Let me know in the comments below what you're thinking. So let's see what this beautiful oracle have in store for us. So let me shuffle the cards. Oh, Tracy aiming. Tracy aiming. Oh my God. Okay, I'm glad that we have a female artist actually. So Tracy Emin is very famous in the UK for her art, for her bed, for many things that she has done. And her inspiration says, don't hide your dirty sheets in the washer. Concentrate on finding, not losing, yourself in your art. Decay can be a fertilizer for new ideas. How inspireful. Tracy Aiming. So Tracy Aiming work, look, very popular in the Tate Britain, Tate Modern, if you come to the UK, and her work is amazing. So this is the inspiration for February, and so I thank you very much for watching this video, for subscribing, commenting. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about the energy for February, if you feel it that it's going to be a bit more positive than in the last months with Jupiter retrograde. And let me know what you're thinking about this reading, and if you want more readings like this in the comments below. Thank you so much. Have a lovely, amazing February 2025 ahead. Mwah!